In the spring of 1970, on a small farm in Virginia at Meadow Farms, a thoroughbred colt was born, named Secretariat. Meadow Farms was a thoroughbred breeding stable owned by Christopher Cherney. 3 years after Secretariat was born, Christopher Cherney died from a long battle with Parkinson's disease. His daughter, Penny Cherney, moved back home to take over the family farm because she knew how much her father loved his horses. The first thing Penny did was to hire Lucy and Lauren to train Secretariat. Next, she needed a jockey, so they hired Ron Turcotte. On July 4th, 1972, Secretariat ran his first race, which was not very impressive. After starting last, he finished 4th. Lucy Ann was very impressed with jockey Ron Turcotte. Secretariat was responding very well to his riding style. Penny and Lucy Ann decided they would try Secretariat in the Kentucky Derby. At the start, Secretariat was dead last, but outran the field by 2.5 lengths, setting a track record. Everyone was amazed at how fast Secretariat was. Next was the Preakness. Again, Secretariat started last, but passed the field, winning by 2.5 lengths, setting another track record. The last race for the Triple Crown was the Belmont Stakes. The whole country would be watching with anticipation. During a time of the Vietnam War, the country had found a way to come together and celebrate again.
Tremendous Belmont Stakes. Everybody's in line, and they're off. Looks like the early lead goes to My Gallant. Yes, My Gallant going for the lead with Twice the Prince on the outside. Secretariat away very well, has good position on the rail, and in fact is now going up with the leader. They're moving for the first turn. It is Secretariat. Sham on the outside is also moving along strongly, and now it's Sham. Sham and Secretariat are right together into the first turn. My Gallant has third behind them. Then it's Twice the Prince, and the trailer is Private Smiles as they go by the turn. Those two together, Sham on the outside. Sham getting ahead in front as they move around the turn with Secretariat second. Then there's a large gap. Make it 8 lengths back to My Gallant in third and Twice the Prince fourth. And Private Smiles is still the trailer. They're on the backstretch. It's almost a match race now. Secretariat's on the inside, by ahead. Sham is on the outside. They've opened 10 lengths on My Gallant, who is third by ahead, with Twice the Prince fourth. Then it's another 8 lengths back to Private Smiles, who is trailing the field. They continue down the backstretch, and that's Secretariat now taking the lead. He's got it by about 1.5 lengths. Still Sham, 10 lengths back. My Gallant, Twice the Prince. They're moving on the turn now. For the turn at Secretariat. It looks like he's opening. The lead is increasing. They get 3.5. He's moving into the turn. Secretariat holding on to a large lead. Sham is second, and then it's a long way back to My Gallant and Twice the Prince. They're on the turn, and Secretariat is blazing along. The first 3/4 of a mile in 1:09 4/5. Secretariat is widening now. He is moving like a tremendous machine. Secretariat by 12. Secretariat by 14 lengths on the turn. Sham is dropping back. It looks like they'll catch him today. As My Gallant and Twice the Prince are both coming up to him now. But Secretariat is all alone. He's out there almost a 1/6 of a mile away from the rest of the horses. Secretariat is in a position that is impossible to catch. He's into the stretch. Secretariat leads his field by 18 lengths. And now Twice the Prince is taken second. And My Gallant is moved back to third. They're in the stretch. Secretariat has opened a 22-length lead. He is going to be the Triple Crown winner. Here comes Secretariat to the wire. An unbelievable, an amazing performance.
excited about Secretariat winning the Triple Crown. He was on the front page of many newspapers and the cover of Newsweek and Time magazine. They compared him to a cheetah because his stride stretched almost as wide. At 110 degrees, his stride was wider than any other horse. The U.S. government even decided to put his picture on a 33-cent stamp. After winning the Triple Crown, Secretariat went on to run in several more races, continuing to set new track records. On November 11, 1973, Secretariat retired to Claiborne Farm just outside of Lexington, Kentucky, where his breeding shares were sold for a record of $6 million. While at Claiborne Farm, Secretariat developed a very painful hoof disease called laminitis.
Laminitis is a disease that affects the horses usually from being overfed, and it's a swelling of their hoof, and it can also cause the coffin bone to rotate, and it causes severe pain for the horse. So when a horse has laminitis, it's real important that you keep them trimmed and also cut back on their food. And you can see here Louis is a little fat, too fat for him, and he has foundered in the past. Founder is the term that goes a little bit further after laminitis. Laminitis is when you catch it early, and then founder is worse. So they have trouble walking when they develop laminitis. He just recently developed laminitis, and he's much better right now. I trimmed his feet.
On October 5th, 1989, after veterinarians decided that the laminitis was causing Secretariat too much pain, the 19-year-old stallion was given a lethal injection at 11:45 a.m. After his death, an autopsy was performed, and it was discovered that Secretariat's heart weighed 22 pounds, which is almost 3 times the size of a normal horse's heart. Many people believe that this is why he could run so fast. The country was in mourning. He was referred to as the horse that God built. Penny Cherney has spent the last 25 years continuing his legacy by creating a foundation in Secretariat's name for the equine community. At a time when the country needed a hero, Secretariat stepped forward and gave us one. Secretariat was not the only horse to win a race. He did not win a lot of money, and he was not the only horse to win the Triple Crown. But he won America's heart and left behind a legacy that is unmatched to this day.